our gyms are getting full. Everyone has this thing of, what? I need to get fit and I need to maybe lose weight. I need to put on some pounds here and there. All right. And people go into this exercise thing or with different mindsets. All right. As a trainer, what are some of those mindsets of people that you have had, especially during the first part of the year, let's say Jan, Feb, and March? And why do some people just end up giving up with the gym altogether? I was on Twitter and someone said gym is a scam or working out for the scam. Why do you pay your money to go and suffer?
Yeah.
All right. Or you pay your money. And I remember the first time I went to a gym, the first workout I did, I couldn't walk the next day. My hands were heavy, my legs were heavy.
Yeah.
And I also considered quitting. All right. So as a trainer, why do you think some people have a goal to change, how they look physically and also health-wise, but end up giving up 2 months, 3 months down the road?
I can tell you this, Emma, for a fact, that I've never seen anybody who just wake up in the morning and say, me, I'm fit. Then they go and sit there and wait. Except these guys who go to church and pray for miracles. They go to church in the morning. They stay there and they pray. They stay in those benches in church waiting for God to come and give them a miracle. It would never happen. What you've said is true. When it comes to January, diary is always full. Nobody believes that you have to take an extra mile to do that. I mean, you said something, Emma. You were in the gym. Of course, there's the other part of the person you met in the gym who didn't know anything and decided to give you weight that you cannot carry. Your muscles were stretched beyond its point on day one. Certainly, you're going to tear them. You're going to break them. If I start to break this, you need 5 to 10 podcasts. You even need 24 episodes just on the muscle system and how it works and why people never get results. So, but because we don't have that time, I'll try to break it down simple. Everybody is looking for New Year. That calendar is setting. When it comes January, you were the same old person on 31st when it crossed that midnight. You were the same person. Your behavior and everything you've ever had in your life has never changed.
True.
The calendar seems to have changed, but you're the same person. You've grown old by 1 year. You're not going to change. Your mentality, your behavior is the same. What we need to do is to stretch. When you say trainer, I'm actually beyond the trainer. Yes. Usually we use trainer for when you're teaching kids new skills to begin to prepare them. But you're right when you say trainer as a trainer, because you need to start by, first of all, understanding Emma. I never put somebody on the floor to carry the weight in the gym before. First, if you tell me I need to work out, the first thing I will tell you, okay, first come and we have a sit down. Normally, it's either in a place where I'm very convenient with, and for many people, whether they are Easterners or Westerners or wherever, or when I say Eastern or West or Africa, if they're in Uganda, somehow by default, they find me in a coffee shop called Endiro. Usually it is better because then I'll ask the question. So Emma, sorry, Grace, you want to work out. Why? Why do you want to work out? What's the problem? How did you realize that you need to work out? So Emma will tell me, actually, I don't know. I saw Ammon or so-and-so or Moses or James. His arms are like this, his legs are like this. So I felt like, I look bad. And I said, wrong, babe, because you'll never achieve what that person has achieved. Why? Because you don't know why you're going out. So I want Emma to come to me and says, I've been having sleepless nights. I struggle to sleep. Walking has become difficult. When I eat food, I sleep immediately. Okay, Emma, this is serious. That means that Emma is awake about his life, his health, he's concerned. So when you come like that, then you says, okay, so are you ready for this journey we want us to take, Emma? The journey of fitness starts with a few steps, but it's a marathon ride, not a sprint.
Not a sprint, yeah.
So when you come, Emma, I need to take you through that process. When we agree, then we go to the gym. We first need to start with a process, the simplest process, what we call the primary components of health and fitness and secondary components of health and fitness. The first one being cardiorespiratory capacity. I mean, you're an athlete. You know this. If that athlete cannot run, if you can't run and contain oxygen flow
To the body.
to the body from the brain to the rest of the body, no coach is going to put you on any pitch or any court to play anything.
True.
Because you will collapse and you will die. So the first thing we want to start with, and everybody who is listening to into this podcast needs to understand that the first thing you need to do is find a coach. The reason why they are called coaches or trainers is that they need to walk with you the baby steps journey to get there. If you show up in a gym and you meet this person and you say, I just want to lose weight, it's definitely going to give you something because he doesn't understand it. And a lot of people, because they don't invest in the reason, first, why they must work out. 2, understand what they must do. 3, make the person going to coach them understand the problem that has triggered them to do this. Those 3 components are key, Emma. So we will start by cardiorespiratory capacity building, which is the aerobic capacity. People say, I'm going for aerobics, which they usually do wrong. Ability of the body to take in oxygen, that is respiration. Breathing first.
Breathing,
Yes. Use that breathing at the cell level, which is circulation of oxygen from the brain to the rest of the body. That's how a normal human being, God created them like that. Respiration and circulation are used at the cellular levels to create bioenergetics. In simple, plain language for anybody listening into this podcast, is conversion of food you've eaten to energy. That energy, science call it blood sugar, but we call it glycogen. Okay, energy, science call it glycogen. Everything food converted to that energy. But the layman call it, my blood sugar has gone low, then they drink coffee or they drink soda or they drink whatever it is because they don't understand it. So needless to say so much, Emma, it's just to say, if you can breathe properly, have nice circulation of oxygen, you have enough room in your chest box for you to have a lot of oxygen. Then I can subject you to squats, to push-ups, to jumps, to all of this because I know you're not going to do 1, 2 and collapse and you die. So I need to make sure your brain is able to circulate. Then in that process, we convert the food you've eaten to energy. Then that energy is stored. So then now at the back of the back, there's what we called pancreas. So pancreas function is to release insulin. Insulin, whenever the brain requests for sugar, requests for energy, insulin releases amount, the exact amount that goes in that does not proceed because the more it releases, the body is going to demand for more sugar and then it will break down. Then we'll end up with diabetes and all these things. So people need to invest in that first. That understanding, Emma, is key. Then I can now subject you to, squats, push-ups when we are building. But you need to start with baby steps. So you got the pain because when you went in there, the guy just threw in the wax. So normally, unfortunately, is the biggest problem of most people. So by 5th of January or 3rd of January, all of them were out of the gym. Now, today is 14th or whatever, 15th or 16th, I don't know when, depending on where people are listening to this. That gym is now empty. Everybody's gone back to where they used to be eating the same thing because they didn't invest time. So first thing first, prepare your mind, find the information, get the information, know when to do it, how to do it, which part to start with, what food to eat, how to change your lifestyle. Then you will achieve all of this.